On this video, we will examine on how to refine the edge of a selection. I'll try this on a new selection from a cat. I want to use the cat in another image. For this, I need to do deep edging, removing the cat from its background. I'll select a cat with the quick selection tool. I'll reduce the size of the selection by alt painting on the quick selection tool. Now the edge of the selection is not good for the hairiness of the cats. I will now refine the edge with Select and Mask. You can find Select and Mask from the right-click menu and from the second row of the selection tools. Before 2018, this feature was called Refine Edge. I'll click on Select and Mask to go to the Select and Mask view. I can adjust the edge of the selection from the right-hand side menu. First feature is the View mode, how the selection is viewed on the Selection and Mask window. From these symbols and from the slider underneath, change how opaque the view is. By default, the view is on onion skin. This makes the outside part of the selection in the image transparent. Now I can select from the slider how transparent the view is. I'll select the view mode to be on black and crank up the transparency to 100%. I think this is the easiest way to see what the edge looks like. Next up, I'll open the global refinements. From these sliders, I can adjust the edge, the smoothness of the edge. I don't want the edge to be smooth. The second one is feather, which means the fade of the selection edge. If I use feather, the selection edge is soft, so the selected area goes softly to the unselected. You can see this easier in the onion skin view mode. From contrast, I can change the contrast of the feather. Shift edge makes the selection a bit bigger or a bit smaller. There's a powerful tool for making hairy selections. Edge detection. This feature finds color differences near the selection edge. I'll drag it few pixels to the right. The selection looks like it's climbing up the hair. I can make it even better by clicking on Smart Radius. Now the tone differences are being searched in 70 pixels radius from the selection edge. If the selection is not good on some areas, you can paint over it with the Refine Edge Brush tool. With this tool, Photoshop redefines the selection on that area. You can also use the global refinements for a better edge. For a hairy selection, suitable could be, for example, half a pixel of feathering and a bit of negative shift edge. I am happy with the selection. I'll click OK. Photoshop returns from the Selection and Mask view to the normal view. The selection is now how it was just defined. Now I can use the selection as I want. For example, I can make a copy of the cat to this file. That is done by Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V. The copied cat is on the exact same spots as the original, so I cannot see it. But I can see from the Layers panel that I have a copy of the cat. I'll move the copycat a bit with the Move tool. Now I can examine the selection edge. I'm quite happy with the deep edging of the cats. I'll recap the normal selection. Selection with the Quick Selection tool. Enter Select and Mask. Use edge detection for finding the hairiness. Click on Smart Radius. Make the edge slightly smaller. Feather the edge just a tiny bit. Go through the problem areas with the Refine Edge Brush tool. You can also check that your output settings are Output to Selection. When you're happy with the selection, click OK. The selection is now how I just defined it.